Hey friends, the DeFi Doctor here. I'm the head of education at Decentralized Masters, the place where we break down crypto, DeFi, and blockchain in a way that actually makes sense. Today, we're diving into one of the biggest debates in crypto: proof of work versus proof of stake. What's the difference? Which one is better? And does Ethereum's move to proof of stake mean the end of proof of work? If you're in crypto, you've probably heard these terms thrown around a lot. But let's be real. Most people don't really understand how these systems work or why they matter. So let's start at the beginning. Back in 2008, Satoshi Nakamoto dropped the Bitcoin white paper and the world was introduced to blockchain technology. Bitcoin was designed as a decentralized digital currency. No banks, no middlemen, just peer-to-peer transactions verified by a network of computers. But there was a problem. How do you make sure transactions are valid without a central authority? That's where proof of work came in. How proof of work works. In the Bitcoin network, transactions get grouped into blocks. To add a block to the blockchain, miners must solve a complex cryptographic puzzle. The first miner to solve it gets rewarded with Bitcoin, and the block is added to the chain. This system is incredibly secure because it takes a huge amount of computing power to manipulate the blockchain. If a hacker wanted to alter Bitcoin's history, they need to control 51% of the total mining power, which is practically impossible. But proof of work has a massive downside: energy consumption. Bitcoin mining uses more electricity than some entire countries. And as more miners join the network, the difficulty of mining increases, making the process even more resource intensive. That's where proof of stake comes in. What is proof of stake? Ethereum, the second largest blockchain, started with proof of work, but switched to proof of stake in 2022. Why? Because proof of stake is a more efficient way to secure the network. Instead of miners solving puzzles, proof of stake relies on validators. Validators don't use computing power to secure the network. They use their own crypto. To become a validator, you have to stake your own ETH, meaning you lock up a certain amount as collateral. The network then randomly selects validators to confirm transactions and create new blocks. The more ETH you stake, the higher your chances of being chosen. And if you try to cheat the system, well, you lose your staked ETH. That's what keeps validators honest. Is proof of stake better than proof of work? This is where things get a little bit interesting. Proof of stake is undeniably more energy efficient. There are no mining rigs burning through electricity and no massive carbon footprint. Ethereum's move to proof of stake cut its energy consumption by over 99%. So that's a big deal, especially when environmental concerns are a huge topic in the crypto space. Security-wise, proof of work is battle-tested. Bitcoin has never been hacked, and its security is insanely strong because of the sheer amount of computational power behind it. Proof of stake, while secure, is still relatively new. There's an ongoing debate about whether a well-funded group could buy enough staked ETH to manipulate the network. Then there's decentralization. This is where things get tricky. Proof of work mining is expensive. You need specialized equipment, cheap electricity, and massive facilities. Over time, this has led to mining centralization, where a handful of big players control most of the hash power. But proof of stake has its own issues. The more ETH you have, the more power you get in the network, which could also lead to centralization. Some argue that proof of stake just shifts control from miners to wealthy stakers. Scalability is another factor. Proof of stake allows for faster transactions, lower fees, and features like sharding, which will make Ethereum even more scalable in the future. Proof of work, on the other hand, struggles with scalability. Bitcoin transactions can be slow and expensive, especially during peak times. Now here's my take. Bitcoin and Ethereum serve different purposes. Bitcoin is digital gold, a store of value. Proof of work is what makes it rock solid. If you're securing billions of dollars in a decentralized system, you want the most secure option available, and that is proof of work. Ethereum, on the other hand, is a smart contract platform. It's built for DeFi, NFTs, and dApps, and it needs to be scalable and efficient. That's why proof of stake makes sense for Ethereum. Do I think proof of stake will replace proof of work completely? No. Bitcoin isn't going anywhere, and proof of work will always have a place. But for blockchains that need speed, low fees, and sustainability, proof of stake is the way forward. So, is proof of stake better than proof of work? It depends on what you're looking for. If security and decentralization are your top priorities, proof of work is king. If scalability and efficiency matter more, proof of stake is the future. Thanks for tuning in to another Decentralized Masters crypto class. If you found this useful, subscribe and hit that like button. Stay sharp, my friends, stay decentralized, and I'll see you in the next class.